With increasingly complex financial markets and longer life expectancies, working with an investment professional is more important than ever. And for this important partnership, you really need a trained professional who can help you define your life goals, to help you establish the right financial plan, provide strategies that are focused on your needs, and above all, help you stay on track. And that guy is Tom Crow, president of Crow Financial. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
A lot of us out there need you. And, you know, we talk a lot about the different financial situations that we find ourselves in. But today, we're really focusing on the importance of finding ourselves a trustworthy advisor. How do we begin? What steps should we take?
Well, if you're going to work with somebody, I mean, it's great to be able to meet them in person if you can, rather than a long distance relationship if you're not comfortable with that.
Okay.
Certainly interview more than one and decide. There's, like we've said before, there are hundreds of different people in town that would love to help you.
Yes.
And they all do things a little bit different.
Sure.
So it's up to you. Do your due diligence. Find somebody you can work with whose personality you're agreeable with, who you think is going to be responsible and is going to help you.
And that's a big part of it. And also the fact that this is a very personal thing. Your finances are very personal. You have to have a lot of trust. So let me ask you, what questions should we be asking when we meet our advisor for the first time, or when we're interviewing somebody to be a prospective advisor?
Again, there's, you know, everybody's situation is different.
Okay.
And I think a lot of the bigger kind of the wirehouse or warehouse financial planning shops kind of offer a one-size-fits-all cookie-cutter approach.
Yeah.
Sometimes that'll work for you if you've got a very simple plan. But sometimes it won't, and you can find any number of top 10 questions to ask a prospective advisor online. I've looked up several, and they all seem kind of skewed or biased towards whatever the product or the service they're selling.
Yes.
You know, you want to ask somebody. Pretty much, you want to make sure that they're legally registered to do business.
Okay.
There's a little buzzword in the industry called a U4, which is part of your form. If you're an advisor, the U4 is where you report any kind of client complaints or lawsuits or punitive action as a result of the administrative authorities, like the SEC or FINRA came in and slapped a fine on you. And so you want to make sure somebody has a clean U4.
Good information. I would not know that. And I know a lot of times, going back to what you just said about going online, you do often get those very robotic answers. I mean, clearly they're sometimes already scripted by a computer system, and they come back to you. So I think that personal touch means a lot, especially when talking about something so important. So now let's talk a little bit about the investment planning process and how you would advise somebody based on their own circumstances.
I think somebody that's going to work with you that wants to set up a plan is going to want to gather up as much information as possible.
Okay.
You know, they're going to want to meet with you, preferably in person again. They're going to want to know about insurance, about debt, about any kind of outstanding loans.
Right.
And then you're going to want to know about current income needs, savings, future kind of retirement income projections, what kind of insurance you've got to cover things if you need it.
That's important too.
And also then kind of legacy, and don't forget your charitable giving, your contributions in that.
Yeah.
But if an estate plan is part of what you need to take care of kids, grandkids, or other charities, then you want to make sure you keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, and going back to what you just said also about the charities and such, with tax season here right now and everybody getting their taxes ready, you really want to save those receipts. If you're going to somewhere like Goodwill or Joy Junction and you're donating, really keep those receipts. It's really important. And I know you have other critical components of a successful financial plan to offer.
Again, they're gonna want to look at your debt, and that's always the big one that I kind of harp on.
That's the biggie, I know.
Because that's going to drag you down. And again, you're going to look at what you need in terms of current income, and you can look at savings. Really, we've talked last time about your 401k, about if you can participate in that. If not, if there's not a company plan available, then you're looking at something like a Roth IRA. You really want to get some kind of tax-deferred savings going for retirement. You want to have a handle on if you're a participant, like some of our state employees or the lab employees, they've got a pension. You want to count on that.
Very good point.
And that's going to exclude some of the Social Security issues. If you're eligible for Social Security, you want to look at when you're going to take that, when you're going to retire, whether you're going to push it back and get a little bit more or start taking it earlier, and all the tax considerations that go along with that.
And so I imagine as a financial advisor, you're able to advise a person based on their personal situation, what would be the best move for them in all of those areas? And
again, you're going to find a myriad of people that are going to want to help you. Somebody who's got that CFP designation, which is a registered certified financial planner. They've been through 3 years of training, and they are really geared to look at the holistic financial process. They're going to look at all the insurance, all the debt, all the college loans, all the retirement plans, the kids, the estate planning, the legacy. And then you've got folks like me that are just investment advisors, and I say just, but I manage.
It's still very important.
I manage investment portfolios. I don't spend so much time looking at the retirement. We all have to take a little bit of time to look at some of this stuff. But I just manage portfolios.
Well, talking about those investments, how closely should we personally be monitoring our retirement plans or the investment accounts that we have, or should we just leave it to the experts?
No, it's something you're going to develop over time in terms of your level of comfort, and that's going to be along with dealing with the person you're working with. But you're going to be looking at, you know, sometimes you can set it and forget it. Sometimes you're going to find if you've waited too long to look back at it and things have kind of gone a little too far off track, and you got to get with the person and get things back where they need to be. So it's going to be a give and take. You're going to learn how often you need to look at it. Some people look at the stuff every day, all day.
Right. You don't want to be obsessive about it.
Which is what I do for a living, so that's fine. But yeah, if I wasn't doing it, I don't think I'd be looking at it all day.
Well, let our viewers know how they can contact you if they're interested in getting together and maybe getting started with a financial planner.
Yeah, please give me a call. I'm here in town. In Albuquerque, 243-2281. Lots of contact information on the website, crowfa.com.
Fantastic, as always. Tom, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Really good advice and a great way to start the new year. I mean, we're still early on, so it's not too late, guys.
Good time to get going.
Exactly. And don't go away, because coming up next on New Mexico Style, we've got the soulful sounds of Motown.